Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. This week we are in LOVELLA Bridal talking about how you should accessorize your wedding dress. Before we dive into this week's topic, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, drop a comment below, and let me know if there's any particular topics you'd like me to create a video on for you. I am here for you, guiding you along the way, leading up to your special day. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I am so honored that you have found me. I am, of course, a wedding fashion expert, stylist, buyer, wear so many different hats at LOVELLA Bridal, located in Los Angeles, California. For daily content, be sure to follow us on Instagram at LOVELLA Bridal, at LOVELLA Plus, and at Wedding Fashion Expert. You can also subscribe on Instagram at Wedding Fashion Expert for exclusive weekly content. Last but not least, don't forget to follow us on TikTok at LOVELLA Bridal and at Wedding Fashion Expert. So many requests from subscribers asking me how I would recommend to style their wedding dress. Different types of veils, different types of accessories. I did a video already for you on veils. I will link it for you below, of different types of veils to consider and various price points. The order in which you want to select everything is obviously you pick the dress first. Once you pick the dress, at that point in time, you pick the veil. The order in which you want to go is dress, veil, headpiece, earring, bracelet. Those are the main accessories I recommend you wear. Now, you can, of course, customize it to your needs. If you don't want to wear a headpiece, you don't have to, but I'm going to walk you through the way in which I like a bridal look to look, and for all the reasons for that. So I started off with a dress like this. I wanted to go with something a little bit more elaborate in detail with sleeves, just so that you could see the way in which I accessorize something that's elaborate, and even if it was even more so elaborate or less elaborate, the same style of accessories and look and formula still applies. So the first thing we're going to start off with is a veil. I'm going to put a lace veil on. So again, I'm going for the most dramatic and heaviest look of detail I can, just so that you know you could even go more if you wanted more, or tone it down if you wanted less. I kind of wanted to give you something that was a little bit more detailed, just so that you could see it's never too much. If you wanted to go with a lace dress that has some sparkle and sleeves, doing a long cathedral veil would be so gorgeous with it. And again, if you want to know why I picked the veil I picked, tune in to the video that I will link for you below. Let's get the veil on, and I'm going to walk you through all the steps for the accessories. Here we are with the veil that I selected to go with this dress. I love that it keeps the front of the face really clean because I do have sleeves. So you could start with the lace veil starting from the top, but I was just trying to keep it clean because of the long sleeves. If I was strapless, then I would totally go with more detail on the veil if you wanted. Of course, it's all personal preference. When it comes to accessorizing, this is your opportunity to make the dress your own and style it however feels the most authentic to you. However, a veil isn't really going to feel authentic to you because you probably have never worn a veil before unless you are getting married. So there is a sense of discomfort a little bit as you're accessorizing yourself, because it's not stuff that you've typically worn on a day-to-day basis, and it does feel a little bit out of the norm, but that's also the exciting and invigorating part of it all as well. So like I mentioned, we do the veil first. Once the veil is picked out, then we transition into headpieces. You might be thinking to yourself right now why I didn't mention a necklace. I often consider your veil and headpiece in lieu of a necklace. If you do veil, earrings, necklace, bouquet, it just becomes a lot of components all in one. That doesn't mean a necklace is bad. I have had many brides wear necklaces. I just personally like that area to be left clean and really going with a more dramatic earring that really frames your face. So first we're gonna do the headpiece after the veil, and then you match the earrings based on the headpiece that you opt with. Something to consider for the headpieces: because I am wearing a long sleeve dress or anything with straps, I often recommend going with a very symmetrical piece. I am also a huge fan of an accessory piece in your hair that goes all the way around or is worn from the front. Oftentimes, a lot of my brides want to do a side piece. I'm not totally opposed to it, but I am a huge advocate of considering whatever you're wearing, how it's going to come out in photos and video, because those are the moments that last a lifetime. Your wedding day goes so quickly, and it's really how it's all captured so that you can look back on it and cherish the memory of the day. So that being said, I do prefer something that is more visual, more symmetrical from every angle versus a side piece. Again, these are just my personal opinions. You can take my formula and style it however feels the most authentic to you. Let's move on to a few headpiece options that I would consider with this overall look. I wanted to start off with a crown first. All the accessories I'm showing you today are from Maria Elena Headpieces, one of my personal favorites. They're all handmade in Miami, never tarnished, meant to be heirloom pieces to pass down for generations to come. All Swarovski crystals, so a beautiful shimmer sparkle to it that really stands out. I started with a crown because oftentimes people think that in order to be wearing a crown, you need a big ball gown. And here's a beautiful example of it doesn't matter what the dress looks like. If you want to wear a crown on wedding day, it's something really beautiful to consider. I also wanted to show you because I'm wearing my hair down, and oftentimes people think you need an updo for a crown. So I wanted to show you how gorgeous this looks even with hair being down. I'm going to transition to a headband that goes all the way around and just sits on the top of my head for you to consider if you wanted a little bit more subtle look, but a beautiful shimmer or sparkle for your hair on wedding day. Part of the reason why I also really feel strongly about a headpiece is once you remove the veil, it's really beautiful to have something remaining in your hair throughout the night. I also have a lot of brides who will wear the crown forward on wedding day, and then you can actually flip it back for the reception. So you literally flip the crown upside down and you wear it from behind. It's really pretty. Let's see if I can kind of show you. So it would be like that. You can flip it down and wear it from behind without the veil, and it's really something beautiful to consider as well. So you can really play with the crown, and I highly recommend when you're trying on dresses, play with some of the accessories and see how you feel with them. Take out the veil just for a moment. Want us to focus on our headpiece and picking the earrings, and then we'll put the veil back on. So here is the headband. I wanted you to be able to see it from all the angles. I love something like this. To me, this is an absolute no-brainer. I love it with your hair down, half up, half down, an updo. It's so, so beautiful. So this to me is my #1 go-to. And if you want to feel a little bit more royal and like a princess, throw that crown on or flip the crown upside down, and you can do it from behind. You could keep the front very empty and do a really dramatic earring from the front. So there's so many fun ways that you can play with it. I could go on for hours giving you all the various components. If you purchase your dress from Lovella, our stylists are incredible and can style you with the accessories. It's an unbelievable process and transformation. So now let's transition into earrings. Let's hypothetically say this is going to be my headpiece for my wedding. We've already seen the veil. We're going to move on to do earrings to match the headpiece since that's been selected, and then we will bring the veil back in. Most brides always want to go with something a little more subtle on the ear, and I am here to tell you it's not necessarily a bad thing, but from a distance, from photo, from video, it's very small and difficult to see. So it does look lovely when you're up close looking at yourself in the mirror. However, when you take a step back, kind of like this video, and you see what a cluster looks like, it's just not very visible. And also, if you're wearing your hair down, like this side, it's not even gonna peek through as you move, unless your hair is specifically held back to display the earring. So my rule of thumb is, especially if you're wearing your hair down, if you plan on just wearing a stud, you might as well not wear an earring at all. And if that's the look you're going for, fantastic. But if you do want something to frame your face and really bring the attention and eye level up to your face and stand out in photos, I'm here to tell you that it's not going to. We're going to put on a smaller, longer earring, and then I'm going to transition to a more dramatic earring so you can see the different sizes and visually how it translates on camera. Here we have a dainty, longer earring, so it's on the smaller side. If you feel like you want to be more simple, this is a beautiful way to go. Something really unique and amazing about Maria Elena headpieces accessories is that they are actually double-sided. So it's a completely finished product front to back. They're one of the only designers that do this, and it's so brilliant because if you have an updo and a photograph is being taken from behind, or if your earring happens to flip, it's still a finished product from every angle in which it's photographed. And as I kind of move, you can kind of see that it would peek through as hair that's being worn down. It still kind of stands out and shines beautifully. I want to show you my last pair that I'd recommend, which is just a little bit larger, bolder of an earring to consider. And here we are with the final earring option. Of course, you could always go bigger if you wanted to, but I kind of wanted to just show you the different stages of earrings. And here it is with the veil, the bouquet. You can see if you added a necklace on top of this, it just becomes a lot of various components. So that's the only reason why I say no necklace, as you can visually see all of the details and the larger earring. The last accessory is a bracelet. I always recommend wearing a bracelet, even if it's a thinner one. I do have 3 on right now, so I've stacked quite a bit here. Even if you're wearing a long sleeve, when you cut the cake and drink champagne, it's a beautiful little detail and focal point to have on your wrist. I typically recommend the right wrist, even if you're left-handed, because your ring goes on the left side, so I like to balance the bracelets on the right, your engagement ring and wedding band on your left, and that way you're balancing it all off. So this is my formula and the way in which I recommend accessorizing, the order in which I recommend it, starting off your dress, veil, headpiece, earring, finishing it off with a bracelet, and you are ready to walk down the aisle and marry your person. I hope that you found this video helpful. For more videos and tips like these, please be sure to tune in every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will see you in next week's video.